See it there? Them go sell we out. How where them do it for? Now look at chicken or pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Sir Andrew Holness, has just completed his meeting with the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris. And we're going to talk about it because I think them just sell we out, family. You are gonna take. Greetings, and salutations to all nation. Ladies and gentlemen, you know I'm Rastafari, soldier of the Boots TV, and if this is your first time tuning in, I'm asking you hit that red subscribe button so we can have a great relationship, ladies and gentlemen. The Vice President of the United States and the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Vice President Kamala Harris, and Prime Minister Andrew Holness of Jamaica had a meeting today. And the meeting was, just like I said in the intro, is to sell we out for chicken or pizza. You are going to this time where Jamaica is looking to move forward, being a republic, gaining its full independence from the mother country, the colonial rules of Queen Elizabeth. You are going to the Vice President of the United States and the Prime Minister of Jamaica have come to a conclusion that it's necessary that they underscore the partnership and the propriety of the Biden-Harris administration, and that this year, the 60th anniversary of the diplomatic ties between our two nations, we are committed to strengthening our ties. The Vice President noted that we will continue to work with Jamaica and our Caribbean neighbors to address the regional and global challenges and to support the prosperity and security of the people in our hemisphere. The two leaders discussed economical recovery and inclusive growth, and the Vice President was pleased to inform the Prime Minister that the United States, throughout the Department of Agriculture, is moving forward on $20 million investment over 5 years to strengthen and expand key industries of Jamaica. The Vice President reiterated that we are working to expand Jamaican export and productivity, which will be Jamaica and the Caribbean as a recover for the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. They also discussed assisting all Jamaicans addressing the pandemic, and the Vice President noted that the U.S. will continue to provide COVID recovery support to Jamaica since the beginning of the pandemic, she stated. The United States has donated 618,000 vaccine doses to Jamaica and provide $12.3 million of support in the pandemic. The leaders discussed the issues of security and human capital. Now, people, I tell you for about 2 years now that the whole economic system of the whole world, really in the new world order right now, is about maximum connectivity, meaning that you have to get everyone connected to the internet, Wi-Fi, satellite, whatever, and that gives you maximum capacity coverage, meaning that you'll be able to track everyone in the world and all the media and data and the information that they upload on the internet. You are guaranteed all the media that you consume, they could develop all kind of tracking information database off of us. 3 years ago, the Jamaican Parliament was arguing about how international companies were gaining, especially tech companies, were gaining off of their population, and Jamaica weren't getting any. So here is a worldwide deal that's going on. The whole world is being digitized. Everything is being set up where you could track everyone. So that's why they want all school children, everyone, all old people, everyone. Cell phone are popular and common. Why? Maximum connectivity. So I continue, like I said, the leaders discuss the issues of security and human capital. Now, these words, human capital, ladies and gentlemen, do you understand what they are? Well, they are saying that each person can produce or work and create a certain amount of benefits. So through the continuation of the modern day slavery in the Western Hemisphere, Jamaica has collaborated just like the warlords of Africa to sell its population to America on a strategic chain migration. That's when one person go foreign and then everybody in the family get figure. Or a strategic farm worker program. It's the same thing. Send them from Africa, go over west, go pick the cotton. And that's what has been going on. The vice president says that they recognize that crime prevention is a priority of Jamaica, right? And the vice president informed the prime minister that the United States would provide $10 million in support for violent reduction project targeting at-risk youth. The assistance will be implemented under the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative. The leaders also discussed the climate crisis. People, here we go. After them try all of the different things them to scare up the people, from terrorists to war to a pandemic, this is the real crisis that we are going to face. The United States have a machine, a equipment called the HARP, H-A-R-P. T, and it's in Alaska. It's a machine that can create earthquakes, massive wind gusts, and storms. Basically, we as human beings, yes, I know a lot of people that's listening to it was not believe it, have the ability to manipulate our environment. T, just by talking, the air that come out your mouth change the entire environment. Now, they said you're moving forward specifically on strengthening climate resistance and accelerating the transition to clean energy. The leaders welcome the close people-to-people ties between our country, the vibrant Jamaican American community, and our common values. Now, the common values where we have with America is our capitalistic, murderous, greedy ideology. And as I said, the human capital of Jamaica is worth a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Because we are great athletes, great workers, great farmers, great cleaners. We are great entertainers. T, on the Western Hemisphere, ladies and gentlemen, Jamaica is one of the luckiest, advantageous countries because we speak the dialect or the language of trade. The language of commerce at this point is English. It is not difficult. We can chat bad when we want, but of course we can speak English properly. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prime Minister of Jamaica fly into America for a 5-day selling extravaganza because what they have done, they have sold out the Jamaican people. They call it human capital, and they have invested in a surveillance system which, hey, can't say me never did I warn you. 3 years ago, me I tell you about it, what's coming through. This is just a simple part. Cameras are being put up in our islands to monitor the people and also to track their habits, to track their movements, to see what Jamaicans like to do. And that information will be generated and sold to digital and IT countries and companies. The Digicel, the Lime, the Facebook, West Mata, change himself to the Meta. You can't escape it. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, those are governmental platforms created with investment from government people and have them privatized because the government could not violate the population's rights, humans' rights, like private company. So that's why you always hear they talk about PBOs in Jamaica. Most of us don't know what PBOs stand for. The private business sector are the one that trumps the government. They are who the governments are here for, because the private business sectors are like the slave masters of old. They hire, fire, and wire your blouse and skirt. Paper, paper, paper. I mean, the Prime Minister of Jamaica is letting us know that he's in bed with the colonial ruler, son. Because we all know that Jamaica was ruled by the colonial English empire, British monarchy, and America also was. Now, America has eluded the fact that they still continue to pay taxes and reparation to all queens and kings of England, because King George said that in their independence, because independence is just a documentation that gives you the right to act like you're self-governing. But when the Queen leaves as Governor General to oversee the operation of her pig pen, then you know. Now, Prime Minister Andrew Holness will announce and run on turning Jamaica into a republic, not a democracy. Because these democracy don't even know what democracy mean. So I ask you to look it up. It's a demagogism that the mob rule the majority. And since on the Western Hemisphere, the Europeans have annihilated, desecrated the population of the indigenous people and have murdered, slaved, and hung most of the melanated people of this earth, and have dictated to them that they perm, clean, destroy their culture, and destroy their own flesh before it leaves the womb, then they come now with two lightly melanated people. You could see that their grandparents or their great-grandparents were slave masters or offspring of slave masters to manipulate and gallipolate the mentality of Jamaicans. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the same thing that Rome used to do back in the Senate. As soon as the people start grumbling about their dissatisfaction and the inequality and the unfairness of political arenas, Rome would furnish them one that looked like them, but a boaty. A boaty, a bona fide boaty. How you know a bona fide boaty? Look at their side. Look who they're laying down in the bed with. You are going to look into the news. Congratulations to the Supreme Court Judge nominee, Ketanji Jackson, Jones Jackson, Ketanji Brown Jackson. Yeah, Ketanji Brown Jackson. Highly melanated woman. You would call her black, but I try not to use that word unless I'm being cynical and degrading. So Ketanji Brown Jackson was nominated, and she was asked, what's a woman? And because she is married to a European man, just like Carmela Harris is married to a European man, matter of fact, a Jewish European man by the name of Emhoff. You are going to see, a lot of y'all don't know Carmela Harris' real name. Her name is Carmela Harris Emhoff. I don't know why they don't use it. I don't know why they choose not to use it. But ladies and gentlemen, I have a clip here of the actual meeting between His Honorable Andrew Holness and the Vice President of the United States, the first melanated, lightly melanated Vice President of the United States, married to a European man, so she can't tell me nothing about blackness. It's all good, because me can't tell you nothing about blackness, because I am not. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rastafari, soldier here of Deep Roots TV, and I got this video here. I got to show it to you. So I'm going to let you watch this whole video on your own and come to the conclusion that the boy them sell we out. And what them do it for? I just chicken and pizza. I'm more life and more joy. Full joy the video, ladies and gentlemen, because this is unbelievable that my Prime Minister and your Holness would not sell me out like this. You know this.
Hello,
A joking people.
And welcome to Deep Roots TV.
Real joking.
Pick up Deep Roots TV. Respect, make sure you tune in here every time.
Yeah, man, them straight here to man. Me not tell you no lie. So, but me make you see the video right now. And I, man, I go just make you ride out on that. Here is the Prime Minister of Jamaica and the VP of America. I sell out the whole of the population, people. I sell out the whole of the population. A joking this. Y'all guarantee them I sell out everything what we have. I'm going to pull up the video. And then you can hold a real meditation on it because I want to see what I talk about. I don't want to think say I just badmouth the PM, you know.
Good afternoon, everyone.
I'm like
Mr.
PM.
Prime Minister, I want to warmly welcome you again. It has been not since 1995 that a
So
Prime
boy,
Minister
listen to
of
the key
Jamaica
points
has
them when
visited
I
the
talk
White
about.
House. As I told the Prime Minister privately, and I will say it again publicly, this is a very important relationship to the United States. We take very seriously our membership
The
in the West.
human capital and them thing there, you know, the COVID-19 and how them are going to infiltrate the local youths them.
We have a
So
long-standing
the digital platform them all use people. You hear me I tell you?
relationship and a deep historic partnership that I'm proud and pleased to announce today 3 specific initiatives that the Prime Minister and I discussed. The Prime Minister's approach and the need of Jamaica to continue to invest in its prosperity, in its economic health and strength. To that end, the United States, and I am announcing today, will be investing $20 million to assist in the strengthening and the expansion of Jamaica's commerce in a way that we fully intend will have an impact in strengthening the economy. So to that end, we are announcing today also that we will assist Jamaica in COVID recovery by assisting in terms of the recovery efforts in Jamaica that have been essential to, I believe, what is necessary to strengthen not only the issue of public health, but also the economy. Throughout the year since the start of the pandemic, $12 million in COVID assistance and more than 600,000 vaccines that have been donated. A great part of our conversation, Mr. Prime Minister, that we appreciate has been about the priority we share for security in the region, as well as the issue of crime prevention. And we agree that one area of important focus is on youth and on, as you said, the human capital of Jamaica. We're announcing now to provide $10 million to target at-risk youth in Jamaica through a number of initiatives that we believe will have exponential impact not only on the issue of crime prevention, but what we intend as well, which is to strengthen, as you have described, the natural human capital that exists in Jamaica among young people. As you have described, the natural human capital that exists in Jamaica among young people. Finally, our conversation spanned not only those issues, but issues that are about a global significance. And to that end, I thank the Prime Minister for the leadership that he has offered in the context of votes that have been taken in the United Nations, and in terms of Jamaica's strong stand in joining the United Nations and the United States in condemning Russia's aggression in Ukraine. We also discussed quite extensively the impact of the climate crisis on island nations, and in particular on Jamaica. We discussed, and from my perspective, I recognize and we recognize that the world's emissions have an outsized effect in the Caribbean, including on Jamaica. And I thank the Prime Minister for his leadership in that regard, and we are eager to partner with the Prime Minister on what we can do to invest and prioritize climate resilience, but also an investment in renewable energies, understanding that this is about energy sources and it is also about human capital and development and supporting the economy there. is also about human capital and development and supporting the economy there. Partnership is an important one and an enduring one for the United States, and we look forward to strengthening and continuing to strengthen the relationship. Mr. Prime Minister, again, welcome and thank you.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. Good afternoon, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure to be hosted here at the White House. My team and I are grateful for the very warm reception we've received. Madam Vice President, from the outset, let me say thank you for the announcements that you have made for support for Jamaica in the areas of commerce, health, and COVID-19 recovery, and for us, very importantly, human capital development. And for us, very importantly, human capital development. And for us, very importantly, human capital development. And also for the commitment for further strategic dialogue as to how Jamaica and the region on a whole can be supported, particularly in transitioning our democracies into prosperous economies. Madam Vice President, let me say that you have been a source of inspiration and great pride for many Caribbean people, in particular our young women in the region. And we are indeed seeing an increase in the political participation of young women, and this diversity in the political space will augur well for the region. And I want to congratulate you, on your leadership and your accomplishments.
Thank you.
This visit takes place in the context of Jamaica celebrating 60 years of independence and 60 years of diplomatic relations with the United States. The United States was one of the first countries to recognize newly independent Jamaica. And we have had that very strong relationship since. The United States and Jamaica enjoys strong people-to-people economic and development partnerships, and we're very proud of our continued strong relationship. Today, our discussions reaffirmed this strong partnership, and we discuss ways in which this partnership can be strengthened and expanded. Madam Vice President, the Jamaican government and people have sacrificed and worked hard to successfully entrench macroeconomic stability and fiscal sustainability, and in particular in managing our debt. It is a journey on which the United States has been a very good partner through several of your agencies and indeed various multinational, multilateral institutions. Jamaica today is a model of a small, open economy which has transitioned its public financial management into a stable and financially prudent one. To secure these gains, we must now turn our attention to addressing the vulnerabilities that have been exposed within the context of a pandemic and other global developments, particularly in relation to energy security. In this regard, growth, infrastructure, human development, national security, and as noted, energy security are areas of priority. We believe these areas also coincide with the United States' interests in ensuring that the region is secure, peaceful, stable, and prosperous. We have presented an overall plan to secure Jamaica's prosperity and growth and have provided an outline on how our focused partnership with the U.S. can deliver on the promise of the great future that Jamaica envisions, particularly as we herald in our 60th year of independence. In this regard, Jamaica will redouble our efforts in tackling illegal trafficking of weapons and persons, the lottery scam, and other transnational crimes. To address this in a decisive way, we are seeking to foster increased partnerships and collaboration on information and intelligence sharing extradition, and other law enforcement efforts. On the economic development front, we reiterated that we would welcome refocused attention on Jamaica in areas of security, energy, capacity building, infrastructure, and nearshore digital technology hubs. Madam Vice President, I thank you for your time today, and again, we welcome the announcements you have made in support of Jamaica. Our strong and deep relationship with the United States is built on our shared democratic values and principles. It is an enduring relationship. We look forward to working with you to leverage the strength of our partnerships to enhance the security, peace, well-being, and prosperity of the region. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. Thank you.
Greetings, greetings. Yes, season greetings.
Hey, Chief Roots, man, how you guys doing out there? We having a good time, man. We're right